Hello, it is time for Counter-Strike. It will be the first match here, and it's Astralis and facing off on Overpass, which is actually the choice of Astralis, and that's pretty standard stuff, isn't it, for Astralis? Overpass has usually been somewhat of a safe bet for them, so not too surprising. But yesterday, they had a double-header against Dignitas on Overpass, and it didn't go too well.
Yeah, Dignitas managed to adapt really well in Map 2 and have a much more dominating scoreline, so we'll see what happens between these two sides. And again, karrigan should know most of the playbook of Astralis in this particular game. You know, it's still early days, and really, I think this again it does with all these changes to these teams: Astralis, FaZe, Fnatic, to a larger extent than Godsent, and maybe some other teams as well. You could even throw Epsilon in there if you like, although they've lost some of their best players recently. But I think the next 4 to 6 months are going to be really exciting. We've seen a lot of different teams winning tournaments recently, and the #1 spot changing around. And I mean, this is going way off topic, but like Renegades as well, I think have potential in different regions. So the next, you know, all these changes, they bring variables to this game. We can only expect so much from each team, and there are interesting dynamics. Like karrigan is playing against his old team, so he'll know the tendencies of the players. He'll be like, this player likes to peek this, or this player likes to jump around this corner. So we might see some kind of weird pre-fires in that respect. Like, for example, Na'Vi months ago Edward used to have a habit around the fountain, jump peeking across over the wall, looking towards the toilet area. And like, if any coach looked at any demo, then he would get wrecked every time he did that. Just at the beginning of a round. So, but karrigan will know those tendencies of his team. So if they have tendencies like that, maybe that can give his team the edge. But beyond that, we'll have to just wait and see who can outsmart who.
Yeah, as a side note, I realize now that you mentioned Na'Vi, I haven't casted them for ages because they're not in our league, and I haven't seen them really, not on our leagues on E-League. So, yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, it's gonna be quite cool actually from the perspective of how day by day things change with Glaive as well. And I think part of like Yanko also was making a point about practice time, and I think that it's very, very difficult, especially if you've got a new player and they're your caller. So kind of like obviously the situation for both teams, because they swapped callers essentially. Well, they didn't swap callers, but Astralis swapped a caller onto FaZe, and Glaive came in to replace him on Astralis. So both teams have new callers. So it's like, how do you manage that without the proper practice time to really drill stuff with your teammates and really get a good feel for how to do the calling with your team and the kind of roles that they want to play now, versus having all these matches? And how do you want to just change little by little, or do you want to change the entire system? Like, because you need to win games, because these games are important. So that is a very interesting part of this, and I want to see. I'm wondering who will do better at that. Will it be Astralis or will it be FaZe when it comes to integrating these new in-game leaders?
Right then, Overpass. The knife round is still going on at the moment. Device and allu. There we go. Let's see who is the Supremo.
Device wants to be on the swing.
But you can shoot that swing around the top. It takes a lot of practice.
A lot of patience.
So Device unfortunately failed. Nice patience from allu. Allu's very. Oh, look at the Astralis logos. They have. We had 2 people with a yellow logo yesterday, and I think one's gone purple now. Device gave it up, I think it was. Because I said, why doesn't somebody go green? But hey, there we are. It's the little things, Dan, as So Solid Crew used to say. It's just the little things. Glaive and Device on grenades on the T side here. 3 players of Kevlar. So let's see. We've got both Glaive and Device going to short B, leading the charge towards the B bomb site, while FaZe have gone for a stronghold towards long.
Yeah, they got source control of Astralis, which is always going to be really nice to have early on in the round for either team. Gives you so much information, so many options to play with, and with all the utility that Astralis have as well. They have a Molotov and 2 smokes. A B set piece is very likely, I feel, with this, especially considering that they've made no effort to go towards A. And FaZe are doing the right thing in the pistol round and remaining active. They've pushed A long, they've realized there's not much going on there. They'll have fast rotation. It's all going to be about how quickly Astralis can get onto the bomb plant and get post-plant positions without losing too many players. And so far, so good. A pick, and FaZe are going to play retake. This is ideal for Astralis.
Kjaerbye's being boosted onto the high ground as well, so he can flank or just wait because the smoke's dissipating. So this is a very good pistol round so far from Astralis. aizy's in an unfavorable position as well, but Device is moving away from the door. That is untimely And indeed, his movement will allow aizy to get the kill. 4 versus 3 retake now. Kjaerbye on the high ground will get taken down, spotted by Allu, but taken down by another player. dupreeh doing what he can, 1 versus 2. The sandwich, though, is real. And FaZe's retake will be successful. But it was a great pistol round from Astralis. I don't know what caused Device to move away from the door in that position. Maybe some teammates needed assistance, because I feel like if he doesn't turn away from that door and he pops aizy, Astralis probably win the pistol round.
Yeah, it was a great pistol round. And one of the things I like about it, well, one thing generally I like about T-pistol rounds is ones which are constructed in a way that gives you the bomb plant no matter what. And the way that they played this round, you're pretty much always getting the bomb plant here. Unless something really weird happens, you're always going to get that bomb plant. So they're always going to have the AKs on the third round if they choose to go that way. And it looks like that is what Astralis will choose. As we see just a very light investment in a couple pistols, 3 PT-50s and a Deagle, just to try to keep the damage up, the pressure onto the economy of FaZe. And FaZe, they've got 4 UMPs. Ooh! dupreeh! This guy with the Deagle, he loves it.
Again and again, my friends. dupreeh with the Deagle. He is something else. Always causing problems with that gun. karrigan towards long has 2 players headed his way. That grenade will do all of 10 damage. He'll be disappointed with that. But he can run distraction if allu chooses to peek. But there's no one covering allu's left, so he's in an awkward position. That may make life a little bit easier, but the instant trade comes in. Where's karrigan gone? He's gone back to the toilets. He's too far away to support his teammates. So allu maybe that positioning didn't work out for FaZe in the end there. Tries to come to support karrigan, but he still couldn't support him because of his exposure to toilets. Kills the play toilets and then gets traded from long because his teammates abandoned him in the meantime.
And let's not forget, just doing any damage here for Astralis is just amazing because they get AKs next round. FaZe are in a horrible position, a really horrible position. aizy needs to come out massive in this. I don't know how he's going to do it. Of course, they don't have any helmets, so that's going to help massively. And no Kevlar as well. That's going to be aizy with a bunch of kills there. Gets all of them. That is lovely stuff. No bomb plant for Astralis. They'll be a little bit sad about that. But again, overall, they got a couple kills. And that is sufficient pressure on the economy of FaZe because now Astralis have the AK buy in store for FaZe. And you would expect an A-based round, or at least a default around toilets and a long in a round like this where you got the AK advantage. But Allu's straight on the AWP, actually. Yeah,
he's got the cash for it. Not going to go for a timing pick, though. Holding the middle toilets area with Rain in for support. Astralis still moving quickly towards the long area. Glaive has an angle towards long. It's got Kjaerbye in tow and Device as well. How far will they go, Astralis? Maybe they'll look to pincer the toilet position, although Device I thought he might be going towards Party. He's still actually just making sure there's no flank coming in, holding angles, and he will emerge in good time with his team. Xyp9x harassing towards B, but there was a push from FaZe. jkaem made his way through, now it's gone back to short B. So perhaps the FaZe know where Astralis aren't.
Well, Allu saw, I think, 1 or 2 players at least, and I think Device actually spotted him on the AWP also. I'm not sure if Device saw the AWP at that distance. It can be hard to see exactly what your opponent's carrying sometimes, so you might not realize that. And the AWP could be a surprise on this third round here for Astralis. And they are looking to go for a play onto the frags now. I mean, there's 40 seconds left. They have to make something happen. They do actually have the ability to rotate back to B, but they don't have really a huge amount of grenades. So if they do that, they need to at least 2 smokes to be able to get the wall of smokes down on B to guarantee the plant. That's what they're going to do here. They're going back towards B. Kjaerbye opening things up onto the A bomb site to delay rotation and make life a bit more difficult here for FaZe.
No smoke to stop aizy from holding this position. Going for the 2-man spray down. Still some more bullets in the magazine. 2 players down, 15 seconds for the bomb to get planted. It's being thrown from Glaive to Xyp9x to get that bomb down. Kjaerbye, is he in position to go for a flank through CT spawn? No, he's going to make his way to short B. He will be heard by the player in graffiti, and the CTs already have a man advantage. Indeed, that wall of smoke is down. That will burn some time. Glaive going for a quick peek, expecting a push to come in here from the CTs, but the jumping player will run distraction. Glaive in the smoke now. That smoke won't last forever. Kjaerbye delivering in the meantime. Oh, Glaive's cross is in the right place, but he's not pulling the trigger just yet. Will he jump into the water, though? There it is. Allu looking for him. 2-man spray down. Live stuff. Traded by aizy. But is there time? 2 versus 1 situation. Got one play coming in from Mozza, waiting for the defuse sound, and he will retreat with the AWP. Not sure if he's going to be able to save it though. He's got full health, so he probably will be able to. All 3 players survive. Kjaerbye just about.
I really like this play from Astralis. I think it was a really nice round. The weird thing though, as you said, I think you made a really good point. There was no smoke to allow them to get the cross onto the actual bomb site. And I guess there's some spots maybe where teams will actually favor being able to quickly take a one-on-one for the CT against the CT. But yeah, I guess it's a thing that you gotta.
The problem is, you come around that corner, you're exposed to Haya, you're exposed to people in water, you're exposed to people on graffiti on the other side as well. So that's a split second where a CT, if he's not where you're pre-firing or pre-aiming, you're going to die.
Yeah, and one guy did have a smoke on short, and the other guy had a smoke on one, so it was Zipex. But here's a contact play coming in from FaZe, just from Astralis onto FaZe, and that's basically the round just done. I love that. Just, again, we're going to just walk into that B bomb site, you're playing passively, and that's all they needed, just exploding onto the bomb site, and can only get any damage. You really would like to save this orb, absolutely. Let's see if you can do it. Can Astralis afford to commit anyone to hunt here? Not really. Their money just sucks, so they're probably going to be happy to allow allu to save the orb in this position. And that's probably what we'll see. So it's overall a pretty good start from Astralis, I'd say. If you consider that they got the bomb down, I feel like from a strategical perspective, I feel like Astralis have played pretty well so far in the early round phase of this match.
Yeah, I would say so. Things have looked pretty tight. It's so satisfying to watch when a buy contact play just walking into the site works, especially on Overpass when there's a boost and you see 2 guys. That is even better. So 2-2, FaZe have allu on the AWP. He doesn't have the best spawn in the world. His teammate blocked him a little bit as well, which is if allu wants to go for an aggressive play and his teammate blocked him, then that's just not smart. Smoke goes down. Smartly, he is not going to over-commit. With the 3-man boost coming in. Kjaerbye, is he willing to push though? Surely they must have a read that the 3 guys there, they're not going to have the AWP boosting obviously. So they should just run in and try to ruin these fools. allu's rotating towards the site. Now there was a situation for FaZe. Well, let's see what allu can do here. Die, unfortunately. I mean, maybe if they got a pick, I think it was a lot to ask for them to clutch that round, because it reminds me of a round on Cobblestone, which I made a video of, when FaZe they had Fox on the AWP and everyone else had pistols, and they stacked the B bomb site. The T's went to A, and then they basically came in for the retake and all got wrecked rather than try to save the AWP and use themselves as human shields, because none of them would have had the money to drop an AWP for Fox in the next round. And indeed, there's no AWP for allu on this occasion. Yeah, so a similar story.
He didn't really get to do all that much with it, generally speaking. So pretty good job of Astralis to actually circumvent allu, who's biggest danger generally, I think, on the FaZe team, especially with the AWP. But FaZe going with an aggressive approach this round. Again, they've got rifles. Probably don't feel like they want to play the Rangers too much, and they want to take control of connector here. There's the first defensive kill from karrigan. Zipex looking for a karrigan still, but Rain was hiding. Nice support there from Rain. And Toilets has still been held here by FaZe. Astralis have made efforts to try to break some of these positions, but they've only lost players. It's only Glavis that's been able to make any frags so far, and that means that Kjaerbye and Device need to make a big play, a big individual play, to open up the map, and that could be one. Takes down allu, removes presence from Toilets. Can Device get anything more? Kjaerbye's going to be combining with him, looking to split onto the A bomb site from long, whilst Device can move in from the Toilets. jkaem with a very good angle. Pre-fired though by Kjaerbye. That is an excellent way to enter a bomb site. Rain pushes the smoke into the grip of Device. Device will crush him. Just aizy left now. What a save so far from Astralis. Can aizy bring things back? Can he do something here for FaZe? Has to switch over to the M4A1 that's on the floor. Nice kill coming in. Device is very low. aizy suddenly has the advantage in this situation. Gets the tag onto Device. Finishing blow as well. And aizy saves the round for FaZe. That is kind of nuts.
That has got to be super frustrating. Device, I was watching it on from Device's POV. He jumped on the green box to look over the smoke, saw aizy just going to Optimus, going for a bit of a burst fire. I think maybe one more bullet might have done the trick from that angle. This was a lovely shot from Kjaerbye. I thought jkaem would have had the kill there as well, but Maybe it was the power of the AK, who knows. Yeah, that's got to be frustrating for Astralis, but it's time to move on to the next round. Both teams still on the bye. AK is coming out for the T side, the FAMAS onto karrigan. Lack of grenades onto FaZe.
Oh.
That block.
Yeah, the position by the truck there is so strong. I think people expect it. And if there's no distract, like it's a really strong position if there's other stuff going on. But if there's not, that guy along is always going to be pre-firing it, I think, or basically pre-firing it, pre-aiming it, whatever you want to call it. Nice. 3-3. It's really interesting to see where momentum will go after this round, because I can't imagine that either team has much cash at all. Well, there is a little bit of cash here on Astralis, but FaZe are completely broke. So a really important round for FaZe, and they've got no utility at this point. Astralis, you know, if they play, I mean, they could try to play some pressure here, but FaZe are playing so defensively. And this is kind of the opposite approach that you sometimes expect it. You know, usually you see a team trying to make plays early into the round because that's the best way to mitigate their advantage. But then if the other team expects that, well, maybe you're left with this, just playing really passively. Will it work out for them? Because Astralis have come into A.
This is like an old school eco strat. Now people focus a bit more on around connector, but people used to just sit on the site and wait for the T's to come to them. We'll see if it works out on the full buy. So far so good. Rain not getting traded. Allu spotting a lot of information, which can mean a rotate. No flank coming in just yet for the CT side, but they're continuing to hold things down until JZFB decides that it won't be held anymore. Allu is doing great work once again with the mere rifles, now running the distraction, allowing aizy and karrigan to come and clean up the rest. Only 2 players, though, surviving for FaZe. They had a worse buy in the previous round than they did for us, than Astralis did, and that might be the case here once again.
Pretty surprisingly strong hold in the end by FaZe. Again, they basically had almost nothing really in the way of counter grenades, a flash here or there perhaps, but generally speaking, no incendiaries or anything fancy. So that's a really big round to win. Again, they had spent all their cash in that previous round, so it's important that they survive with players. They only survived with 2, so it's not really the best case, but it will have to do for now, because another buy is coming here from Astralis, and will they go for a similar approach here? I mean, they've essentially... Astralis had such a good situation in that round. I feel like if it was Dignitas in Astralis' shoes, that Dignitas would win that round every time, because of they have the A set piece where they wall the smokes, they plant in front of the crate, and then they fall back to toilets, and that would essentially cripple the way FaZe were trying to defend there. But Astralis kind of went with the more regular way of attacking the bomb site. We try to actually go deep and clear everything out, and that did not work out too well for them.
karrigan going for a late smoke into tunnel for his team. That's going to work out swimmingly. Only a lurker there in JZFB, but he will be forced away. 50 seconds on the clock. Astralis moving towards the toilets, but if there are some CTs in a deep position here, you see Allu. Allu's turning out to be one of these AWPers. You know, he's picked up to be the AWPer of the team, but he is one of the strongest rifler AWPers, if that makes any sense. At least at the moment in the game, I would say.
Yeah, he's just a very, very well-rounded player, and he understands the game very well. And we've got Rain coming in from toilets. He's going to be playing off of Allu, kind of. Allu's sort of in a position where he's waiting for somebody to come close, and so far, no one has really challenged him. He has help here. karrigan comes out to get some peeks in, and the distraction comes in. Allu finally reveals himself. That's a 3K for him. Well, 2, but aizy will help out. Now, Device has to save the day once again. He's absolutely going to be able to do it, seemingly. Just Allu left now. He's already got 2 of the kills. He's going to be able to pick up another one there. Device is low. Allu can absolutely do this, and he will. Oh my god, crazy. Chaos. He basically had the ace there.
That's basically an ace. Yeah, because he did massive damage to the other guy as well, but the kill was stolen. Allu just biding his time. I'm going to stand and enjoy this wall, and nobody checks one of the common off angles. More maybe for eco rounds, but either way, Allu's patience paid off swimmingly. And Astralis are going to be forcing up in this particular round, and I can understand why, because again, FaZe survive with 1 player. Again, they've got nothing in the bank once all is said and done. So Astralis, they just need to win one of these rounds because of the damage they're doing to the CT side, and they may be able to catch up and take momentum away. The meat shots, there's one. karrigan, oh, didn't get a fatal enough connection on the second one. Minimal information for the team. They spot 1 player. Got Glaive lurking around top of connector. jkaem and aizy towards B. Exchange of guns. Kjaerbye. I like that. Give it to the man looking for the entries. Don't see that often enough.
No, you don't. And Kjaerbye is, I think, statistically the best player on the team for the time being, so it's going to pay off. Takes down aizy. Now allu, he's going to have to go ham again. He's got the orb this time. Got no choice for allu. But he's alone against 3. Looking to make his way in. Can he get a fast kill? Or a fast first kill, perhaps, would be more grammatically correct. But looks like he's just going to chill. I respect the default orb skin.
What have I called mine? I have a default orb skin called Old School. I never use it though. Well, I use it very occasionally. It has stickers on its Dan. Default orb skin is awesome. It's just a lovely green, isn't it? It's like a heritage green.
It's just a classic. I know some players hate skins.
Because it's an English gun, right? It's an English gun, and it's got an English heritage green color to it, which is just gorgeous. Which is why I don't want to hear any Scandics tell me it's called AVP. It's an English gun. It's a WP.
Is it really an English gun?
Yeah.
That's
why I just said it's 4 times an English gun.
I know, but I didn't believe you.
Well, okay then.
That's my choice. So here we go, we've got Rain trying to push close there. Allu's, of course, got the orb that he saved. And Rain was really there to create distraction, create chaos for allu to pick off players with. And there's one. They spotted him now, though, so his position is being given away. And they won't have to, or they don't have to peek him anymore. They can use grenades to keep themselves safe. They can hold the angles. There's really little way for allu to push the issue and make more than 1 frag from that situation. Ooh, that's a nice one, though, from karrigan. 2 versus 3 all of a sudden. And things just got a little bit interesting. If karrigan can pick up one more, allu can definitely go for a clutch. Zipex is weak, but allu is brandishing the AWP, so the health of Zipex won't really mean all that much. And allu probably doesn't want to go for this. He's so far away. There's too many unknowns on the way. There's too many spots where the other players could move to. I mean, if he was very close, then it's much easier from a decision-making perspective to maybe get a quick kill, but another save for allu. How many times has he saved an orb?
This is at least the 3rd time. At least the 3rd time. It's a shame for him because he's the 2nd top fragger on his team at the moment. He's actually 2nd top fragger on the server at the moment. And what's even more interesting is the rounds where I feel like the rounds where FaZe have not had an orb, the whole team has had more success with allu leading the charge. Although with 11 frags, four of them are in 1 round. But yeah, he's doing really well for his team, no matter what weapon he has been given. 5-5. You do wonder if FaZe will feel like Astralis are getting too many rounds on their T side at the moment. They're looking to get more with this setup. allu's got a much more forward spawn now, so I do wonder if he's going to go for an aggressive pick. Maybe not the bench. Could go into connector. I mean, there's a reasonable time you can have a peek towards the other side of the connector, but he's going to take the more passive approach. Ooh, flashed off. When you're rushing to connector as a CT side, if a T goes down the ladder, you hear them going down the ladder, so you know someone's there. But if they land off the side of the bench, you don't hear them. Glaive, oh, he doesn't know what trouble he's in. Smartly moving towards the smoke. In the meantime, allu will get taken down. aizy still creeping. He picks up an AK now. And in the meantime, Glaive's time will be wasted trying to find out what is going on in this area, but no one's here anymore.
But the bomb has been discovered here. Rain's got the bomb, but he's got nothing to really protect it with. He's like, oh, well, that's great. What? Not really sure what I can do with this. It's now last man standing as well. At least they have to go back for the bomb at some point, and he can probably get. It depends. He can probably get 1 kill here at the very least. I mean, I suppose if they go with 2 players at once, then maybe that's unlikely. But if there's just 1, like right now, and it's device with the orb, ooh, this could be interesting. Oh, that's unfortunate. I would have been very curious to see what would happen if he gets the kill there, picks up the orb, and I don't know how much time. I think it's like 45 seconds left or something. Then he might be able to win that round. Like, it's actually possible. It's Rain after all.
Never know with Rain.
You don't.
So FaZe are struggling at the moment. I mean, they've got a buy, but they are lacking utility. Astralis have enjoyed full utility for a few rounds now. karrigan and Rain now. We have allu moving to the B bomb site. So there's a different approach from FaZe, trying to mix it up. allu going aggressive in this position. Now, you couldn't have... Oh, are they going to go for the grenade? Hit. They're going for the straight open the door hit instead. dupreeh is going to get shot in the arse. Actually, a burglar in Australia got shot in the arse with a crossbow yesterday. That was in the news. Moving back to Camp Strike, though. It's dupreeh getting shot in the arse with an AWP, and he's still alive for the time being. Zipex lurking towards B as per usual. Astralis with time on the clock.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this actually develops at this point, because FaZe can start to play really passively. Nice little boost on terrain. I haven't seen this used all that much recently. And Astralis looking for the opener on A long. That's the place where they can make it all happen. Devices there with the AWP. 45 seconds. Time starts to become a little bit low. Now, where is the first pick going to come? They're going to start to throw in the nades, so they're basically about to go for it. Let's see if FaZe can defend as well as they did previously when they were very passive. Astralis, will they try to go deep in to clear all these players out the bomb site, or they go more Dignitas style? Remains to be seen, but Rain is going to get the first kill.
They're not rotating it from B, now they are, but will they get there in time? Karrigan needs to hold things down, they're going to get traded. 3 versus 2, maybe he's done his job, there's 14 seconds, down goes the bomb. Device versus 3 with 10 seconds on the clock. He's in a sticky situation, how much damage can he do? That might be the question now. 2 more to fight, the Tech Man's coming in, they've got to hide! They've got to hide, don't stand in the same place! aizy will stand his ground. That could have been very ugly indeed, but it will be made pretty with a pink bow by aizy. 6-2-6. FaZe are going to be in another round where they have an inferior buy to that of Astralis. UMP coming out on Rain. Karrigan, hopefully there's something on the floor for him to pick up. Indeed, there is an M4.
Imagine if Device has like 20 more seconds there, you know, to actually try to make a play. Because there his hand was forced by the lack of time. And I feel like it was one of those rounds where, again, Astralis didn't recognize that FaZe weren't going to peek them no matter what. And sometimes you just have to recognize that that's going to be the situation. Because otherwise, then they're going in at a disadvantage that's self-imposed because they just don't have any time to make plays if stuff doesn't go smoothly. And I see that happen quite often, actually. Teams not respecting how the clock can actually impact the decision-making for not only them, but also how it impacts the information game for their opposition. Because the lower the time, the more true the information you get is. Like if you see a T, probably pretty likely something's going on towards the bomb site where you're at. If there's no time, so we'll see whether or not there can be recovery here moving forwards for both teams.
There was a pause called by Astralis, which has now been unpaused. So 5 AKs. Will we see a fast play here on Overpass? Allu going to be staying with his AWP around the A site, looking between long and short. We've got Rain close towards A toilets. jkaem, one-man peek and no flashbang, going to get taken down by dupreeh. That's a big advantage and map control for the T side. Zipex has been lost though. He's the person who's been normally lurking outside B, but the rest of the team are in tow towards B, maybe because of that pick. There was rotation from FaZe, but allu's gone back to look at long again. So FaZe are vulnerable now. aizy's heavily tagged, as you can see, and they've only got 2 people on the B bomb site. Rotation will be longer than normal because of allu's position, but now Astralis going for a slower approach back towards A.
Back towards A. And it's quite cool to see that dupreeh is just sat there next to the sandbags. That is a pretty cool position. He can cause all... Oh, no. Uh-oh. The flash is there, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, are you serious? Third person, third person!
Oh, he thinks... Oh, what? Oh, no, that's so depressing. Oh, it took Karrigan so long to realize he wasn't actually in the corner and that he was actually bumped into a player. It took him ages to realize that. I wonder if dupreeh would have shown up on the radar or anything like that. Very weird situation. Now Karrigan's probably going to win the round for them. Another frag from him as the player comes through short, and another couple coming from Monster. Easy spray down for the quad kill. Why not? And it's quite funny because he should have died. He should definitely be dead.
Once I was in Elephants and Castle, and I was walking on the metro, and on the subway, sorry, underneath the road. and I was walking at the same pace as like some big Jamaican guy, and he looks at me, and he's like, "You want to go 1-on-1?" Because I was walking next to him, like just randomly. I guess I caught up with him, then we were walking at the same pace, like, "You want to go 1-on-1?" That's what that reminded me of.
That's
Those
really
two
weird.
standing shoulder to shoulder, going 1-on-1 on short B. I would have loved to have seen that in third person with them both standing next to each other. But clearly, the observer's been awake too long, Dan. Twitch parties and all that. dupreeh down to the deagle, which is not the worst thing in the world, a lot of the time. Obviously less than ideal though. 2 rounds in this first half on Overpass. FaZe with a more aggressive positioning towards long, but in the meantime they've got 3 people in B. They've abandoned the toilets.
So it's time to go in here for Astralis. All the nades tossed over the top. Classic nade onto the, or Molotov onto the barrels there. Oh, they're all blind here. So nice counter flashes coming in from FaZe. ZFX though close position, able to finish off aizy. Checks the barrels, turns his attention to jkaem. He's gone as well now. Erased from this round as Astralis looking amazing. 5 versus 2. Absolutely amazing entries onto the bomb site. No one, I mean, they took damage, but no one dying until right at the end here. Rain trying to do something, get some damage in, but allu, he's in a really awful position because how does he get out of there alive now? Okay, that's how. He uses a smoke, James.
It might be how,
But
it could be how. Oh, dupreeh's angle.
Oh, okay. Well, the smoke didn't cover the whole gap. It's a wide gap. It's wide.
This has to be a frustrating half for allu. In the first half of the first half, he was doing pretty good with the rifles, but then so many rounds in AWP, just trying to save, trying to escape. He's like it's like a human running around on a rat's map, just going in all the little holes, trying not to be spotted.
I mean, if you look at the positions where he's had spots to make plays, he like wins the rounds for FaZe. But there's, as you say, there's not really been many spots for him to really have good plays or make good plays. Oh, that's strong, James. That's strong.
If karrigan got that kill, did 60 damage, but I mean from that range, the mag 7. This is going to be a brief round, Dan, unless allu's looking to 1v5 with a mag 7. I mean, he could get a flying kill onto Glaive here. Does he? He must have heard him, surely. Well, there it is. He would put out of his misery. I wonder what the difference was. I'd like to look at the demo, right, and see where he was positioned on the rounds where he had an AWP versus where he had an M4. Because the rounds where he had an AWP, a lot of them were passive rounds towards A, basically, just seeing if anybody's coming towards long or towards toilets. But the rest of his team are basically dead before he can get anything done. But on the rounds where he had a rifle, he was just going in. He was going ham sandwiches. Anyway, pistol, second half.
Yeah, smoke and Molotov and karrigan. Smoke and 2 flashes on aizy. Can only expect some kind of plan is in store for Astralis. You've gone 5 Kevlars, no kits for them. They don't expect the bomb to require defusing. They are going to just shoot people in the face. Let's see if they are going to get any success there. So far, not really. Rain picks up the kill onto Kjærbye. Device at the end of a long, looking for the return frag, but it's not to be. And FaZe, they creep ever closer. They're going to be in a great position to toss these nades in and follow up with the bomb plant.
I'm very curious as to what karrigan has in store with this Molotov, because that Molotov could be a P250 raid boss for one of his teammates. Oh, it's going towards the truck. Lovely stuff. Straight to where Device, the angle he's holding, and he is forced back, and that is an unfavorable angle for him, but he's still going to get a kill onto Rain. Finally traded down to a 3 versus 3. Specs going for pot shots through the smoke as dupreeh gets taken down. He'll have to wait for this bomb to get planted, although Glaive is in a very strong position to stop it. Nice one tap there. There's still time for FaZe to clear out the site before they plant the bomb. And there's a flank on Glaive as well. Did he make a step? Because aizy's looking for him. Things getting crazy now. Who's going to look in the right place first? There comes aizy, again being integral in the pistol rounds. ZFX now, last man. That's a nice one tap for him. 30 seconds on the clock. Dancing with aizy. aizy's been super dangerous. Needs to reload though, and he's been heavily tagged with not much response. Headshots can change everything. Both players with a USP. Maybe ZFX will allow the bomb to go down.
It's smart as well because he knows aizy's tagged, and if aizy goes to the plant at this distance, there's just nothing that aizy can do. I mean, I think ZFX wins that position probably like 9 out of 10 times. it's just such a strong spot. He recognised what a strong position he put himself into.
Oh man.
Oh, that's really nice.
That's gruesome.
Yeah, great round from Zipex overall. Glaive as well. Glaive's been playing pretty well overall, I'd say, across this series so far. Across this series, in this map. He's been getting some frags. I guess anything's a stark improvement from yesterday, where we saw him get a half with like 0 frags almost. So, stark improvement. And Force Buy comes out from FaZe, looking for a quick bit of damage, and hopefully the bomb plant as well. They don't really have much in the way of utility, though. It would be nice to have seen an extra smoke grenade, maybe to allow them to go wall of smokes on B and just secure the plant as well as maybe some damage. I think that's a very good round, but FaZe will try to get the damage in another way, just by running around, creating chaos around toilets.
Device had a position in the middle of the toilets. There was a small corner of the wall behind the smoky setup, which I haven't seen people hold that position before. Oh my god! He just got ruined! That's the P90 on the floor as well. That's tragedy. Can they pick it up though? The CTs are fighting back. Now we've got Kjaerbye in the spot allu was holding earlier on. Spotted. Patient deagling from allu. Nicely done. 3-3. That P90 still on the floor waiting to be collected. The UMP's being picked up. If they get to that P90 as well, Glaive might be in trouble. Allu making his way to the side. karrigan could go down for free here. Indeed he will. 35 seconds left. Allu can still do this. Chances are come and gone.
So 2 kills, no bomb plant. It's unfortunate for FaZe. Bomb plant would have gone a long way, but never mind, not to be. Astralis take the lead, no, you know, they'll be happy with that. So what are they going to go for weapons-wise? We've got a couple of UMPs, because they know that FaZe are going to have no Kevlar, no helmets in this round, so UMP selected. Interesting choice, perhaps they'll be carrying those through into the following round. Device sees everything, absolutely everything. 2 kills for him, he's committed at this point. Can't get anything else done, but Kjaerby's there to finish off the rest of the players. They're getting a bit awkward here, but the flash comes in time, and he should be able to finish off allu with the help of the teammates that are now coming. So the formality that is this round is now over, with 1 player dead. I think that's okay.
I'll take that. Device's UMP paid for itself. It's all good in the hood. Straight to the AWP for Device. We'll see if he will have more success with his AWP than Device did in the first half. Then, sorry, allu did on his CT half. Device with a forward spawn. Maybe going for an early peek. Indeed he is. Bench not required. That flash will slow him down, and back he goes. Support from a rifler as well, which is Kjaerbye. I say rifler, he's got a UMP. Ooh. Rain, I thought he was going to run in, looking the wrong way, but of course he's going to just shoot Kjaerbye in the head, presumably while still running.
5 versus 4, FaZe with an advantage, and this is a spot we were talking about yesterday, how good SK are at closing or converting advantages like this. It's a basic part of Counter-Strike, but a very sneaky play from Astralis is going to allow them to take the advantage. Zipex with a follow-up kill. Things getting interesting now because aizy's realized that he has to go for a play here. He's going to make something happen, but dupreeh is going to stop him from doing anything. 4 versus 2, and FaZe are in so much trouble. What on earth are they going to do? dupreeh's in the barrels position on the B-bomb site. Zipex is there to support him in the near water. So any entrance here is going to be really tough because all Astralis have to do is play deep off angles, and I don't think there's any way FaZe can save this.
Glaive rotating towards the B-bomb site as well. 35 seconds. FaZe waiting for pushes. But there's no need for Astralis to push. They have the advantages. The onus is on FaZe clan. dupreeh towards the barrels. Will Rain go for the pre-aim? Oh, we could see a double peek coming in. dupreeh baiting, and he will get punished for doing so. Zipex low health, but he gets a kill regardless. That's going to stop allu from planting the bomb though. 2 peek at the same time, and that is another round down for FaZe. 5-round lead for Astralis. No plant for FaZe. Wouldn't have exactly, well, maybe it would have made a difference actually. Probably not though. The money's quite awkward for FaZe in this round. A deagle being picked up, a pistol here and there. This was nice, and the fact that there's no trade frag coming in from karrigan as well, pretty much crushed that situation. The CTs took it over the line. Sorry, yeah, they did.
Yeah, and considering that FaZe got the early round advantage first to create a play like that. So
oh my god, no! Zipex to the stars again!
Where did aizy... Where...
Stars in his eyes!
Where was aizy even? Was he... Did he come from...
Squeaky door.
Was it from Squeaky?
Not Squeaky door, but door, yeah.
Oh my god. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Well, never mind then. But the round should be over pretty soon here. It looks like Astralis going to hold, regardless. Another player goes down, but they're going to be okay for the money, so not too big of a deal. FaZe, they just need the rounds at this point, and yeah, I was going to say that FaZe, you can't discredit them too much. Oh man, that's so juicy. But you can't discredit them too much in not being able to play a 5 versus 4 advantage, because Astralis kind of made the play to get the advantage back very quickly. So that doesn't even reflect badly on FaZe, I wouldn't say. This might be their last good chance.
Ooh, I love it when he goes to that wall, because it means terrible things are going to happen. Someone's going to get wrecked. There's no way allu snaps him. There's no way. There's the first frag. Rain is like the quiet response from Rain, giving Kjaerbye a false sense of security. Looks away and then gets backstabbed. That's why in the West, Dan, you'd play poker with your back to the wall, so you don't get shot in the back of the head. 3-3. jkaem picks up the bomb. His teammates are in different areas, maybe trying to suggest a fake in one direction. We've got aizy in short B, and Rain is in long. They could not be further away from each other. aizy gets taken down though, and Astralis will surely have a read that it might be B, and perhaps put a second player there. Looks like Device is rotating towards B. Is it going to pay off though? The sacrifice.
Yeah, Rain trying to do Rain things. Well, gets completely destroyed. So that's all on you, Mr. jkaem. jkaem, I think he's been a bit quiet this game so far, but there's a nice spray done onto Glaive to finish him off. And the taps come in, trying to find another kill, but it's going to be Device with the deagle, no less. That's a great response, and I love how finicky, or rather how tricky it was for a FaZe over towards the B side of the map, because first of all, Device picks off a kill into the monster area from sewers, and then about 20 seconds later, dupreeh pushes monster just as FaZe had cleared sewers after they were looking for Device. So it's just quite funny how Astralis are basically running circles around FaZe. And is this going to be insult to injury? I think Device meant to shoot there.
He could have. He could have.
Because sometimes I have that spot where it's like I flick and a fireball. I like didn't scope quickly enough. I don't know, something happens, like the input gets cancelled or something. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you think that you fired, but you didn't.
It's like the Q goes in first. Right then, FaZe have half the score of Astralis at the moment, and that simply won't do. Astralis moving back to the A site after some aggression, some forward positions. FaZe with 3 people in short B now, and the bomb is rotating in that direction as well. Rain has an off angle, perhaps trying to cut off any rotation. Allu, a nice angle towards the barrels, but nobody's there just yet. He's got to be careful though, between barrels and the upper area. Has Glaive spotted him? I think Glaive might have spotted him. Is he going to go back for the peak though? It seems he is, but who will it favour?
That's bold stuff, isn't it? It's like, yeah, you see me, I'm gonna stay here because you're gonna die. Not me, you're gonna die. But it's going to be dupreeh who dies as the push comes in from the monster tunnel there. jkaem, the last man standing at the monster. He's got the bomb as well, so all the information has been given up to the Astralis side as to what's going on, but they can't really do much just yet because they have to wait for full rotation. Device able to pick off one player. That's pretty big right now as Glaive still holds on to the water position. That means FaZe will have quite a lot of trouble falling back away from the site. The CTs are too close. jkaem has to go absolutely mental to pull this one out of the bag. Spraydown comes in. Rain also makes a frag onto Glaive, and all of a sudden, it is Kjærbye, the young star, against jkaem, and jkaem wins the day. FaZe hang on by a thread, 14-8.
Kjærbye had no idea where jkaem was. Device was close as well. Device was just charging towards the site with the AWP, but he missed that shot there, pulled out the deagle, but couldn't get it out fast enough. jkaem shoots him in the face, and FaZe get another round on the board. A desperate round on the board. But now they're in a really interesting spot where if they lose this round, they'll have no money for what could be the last round. This is the first round they've had this half. Device in an unusual angle. This is somewhat risky unless you know the habits of your opponents. And we've seen a Device with the AWP abuse habits of his opponents on the CT side before. He's done it to G2 on Dust2. dupreeh, slow on the trigger, but straight in the head. It's an early advantage with 1:20 on the clock. And there's another one. Rain going down. No trade frag situation in either site. We'll see if aizy can pull things back in FaZe's favor. Again, they've got time to recover, but it won't be easy.
It won't be easy, but karrigan will try to make the play. Needs to be successful. Walks through. I think he walked through the smoke. Just walked through there. Managed to take down Zipx. Sometimes it works. 3 versus 3 now. Glaive still in the water position, looking for the first player. Nice kill onto aizy. Didn't have much time to get that one. Gets the headshot straight up, but allu responds in a dramatic fashion, leaving Device for the clutch now. This should be an interesting one because Device is pretty close. He's got the AWP as well, but the smoke being down in where it is really hurts Device because it's hard for him to understand or keep tabs on where the players could possibly be at this point. So he has to go in for the gambles. Will he decide to go for it? I mean, what is the money like here? It's pretty awful here for the Astralis, so he's actually going to go for the save. And I definitely respect this.
You have to wonder with karrigan's smoke play, if, again, that's like a tendency play against his old teammates, or if he's just taking a gamble. Nine rounds on the board for FaZe. 5 rounds behind their opponents. Again, allu playing a key role there with a rifle, again with 2 kills. Just awesome to see, because you feel like some people might be, you know, some AWPers might be useless if they don't have an AWP or a scout. Not with allu though.
He's just a very good Counter-Strike player. Like he's got such good understanding. It's one of the reasons why he's such a good AWPer is the same reason why he's a great rifler as well. If that makes any sense. He's just very good at reading the game, so he understands positional play very effectively. It's not all flashiness from him, although he does have very good first bullet accuracy as well, as you would expect a world-class AWPer to have. So FaZe, they've only won 2 rounds on the T side so far, actually. This is the last round was their 2nd in a row on the T side, bringing them to 9, of course, and that was enough to take Astralis to the save. So if Device can get some damage done here, it's going to make FaZe's life a little bit annoying. Equally, if he saves the AWP again, that's also going to make life pretty annoying. And he actually gets a tag onto jkaem. They're down to 12. I'm not sure if it's the leg or the clip on the wall, but either way, jkaem is bleeding. He's hurt.
That jump at the end, and that's where Edward used to pick on Na'Vi ages ago. Ages ago.
It's worth noting, by the way, that for a FaZe, their decision-making revolves likely, or at least factors, where is Device? Because they know Device has an AWP. They've already spotted him once. Now, usually when the AWP is spotted, you're thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to go to the other site now. Device stayed here, they stayed here, and they find him. So that could have been awesome for Device, as he made the right play. But FaZe take the site.
That's the dangerous weapon gone. allu picking it up immediately. Oh, Rain is in trouble. The numbers game working out for the CTs here, but the lack of Kevlar might not. That is a lot of frags in 1 or 2 seconds. dupreeh creeping. He could take down a jkaem here because he was low. 12 HP. Always scary. You kind of expect him to just get every kill with a deagle. Yeah. Not on this occasion though. FaZe closed the gap to 4. This is doable for FaZe.
It is, although worryingly for FaZe, they're going double AWP. I think that's worrying at least. The really interesting thing about this is that Astralis is what Astralis is doing. They have only rifles, so you'd expect their playstyle to change a little bit as to when Device just has an AWP and the rest of his teammates have rifles. So we'll see whether or not they are able to close the distance on these AWP players, or whether it's going to be a situation whereby Astralis end up playing very passively and they don't give opportunities to be picked by the AWPs. And then all of a sudden FaZe are like, oh god, there's 30 seconds left and we haven't done anything, and we have to push the site with 2 AWPs, which is basically the worst case scenario for them in a round like this.
Very different approach from Astralis in this round. Kjaerbye and Device around the toilet position. So indeed, Dan, as you mentioned, no AWP. Everything changes. Glaive maybe being the bait, looking towards long, and then Device will emerge as a second player. Minutes on the clock here. FaZe moving the bomb towards B. And Device is essentially moving into a flanking position, and Kjaerbye getting that kill top of connector is even better. That means no more vision for FaZe. Will that mean they speed up? One player spotted towards the barrels. Karrigan will hold the line. Oh, can't take the shot because the teammate's there. And he misses it. Oh, that's brutal. This could be the end.
Oh man, another spot where the AWP shot doesn't come off, and now it's just Rain. He's going to get wrecked, and that's 15 to 10. That was, again, this was awesome because you see FaZe, because if FaZe are going to play with 2 AWPs, if you feel like this should be a response to, okay, the opposition are playing very aggressive, there's lots of opportunities to get picks, but again, as noted, there wasn't even an AWP here for Astralis, and they played really tight setups across both sites, and it was quite passive, although it was fairly forward. They were passive setups. You have to go and get those kills. They won't come to you, which is what FaZe want with the double AWPs. So, yeah, Astralis just outplaying them there. Oh, this surely is going to be very grim for Astralis. This can't go too well. Absolutely not. Rain with 2 on the Deagle, and he has his choice of gun or M4.
Yes, all these players of FaZe have armor obviously being a force buy, so there is potential for them to catch up. And really they need to. That miss from Karrigan was awful in that previous round. We should always be landing a shot like that. Barely has to move his crosshair. 2 plays left for Astralis. Maybe redemption can be had by the FaZe clan, but they will play against match points now. Oh dear. Zipex, will he go for this? Look at the health. Look at the health on these FaZe players. They've almost got none. 3 of these players have a combined 26 HP. That's insane. But obviously the numbers game is not just about health. It's about 1 versus 4. And Zipex may feel like he has no choice but to go for the save in this situation. More than reasonable.
Yeah, definitely. I'd really wanted to see him try though because of the health. Although the AWP on allu definitely poses a big problem. Because even if it was like a 1 versus 1 against allu, your chances aren't very good, I think, in a post plant like this. So, when he's got an AWP at the very least. So, well, Astralis will concede the round, but still with a 4-round advantage. And this was this was an awesome play out of Rain, because so often these smokes, the CTs are like, we can do this play because of the smoke.
It's a brick wall.
Exactly. And Rain punishes. And he does it with a Deagle, so he didn't really have much to lose should he die there. So very nicely done by Rain. 15-11 indeed, and not much to answer for Astralis just yet. They're going for a save. Zipex does have the AK that he saved from the previous round and the Kevlar helmet, so there's plays to be made by Astralis.
Yeah, and looking to make them. I did wonder. There are some pop flashes. Ooh, I like this boost. We saw this yesterday as well. Karrigan's in the right position though. Pay attention to that, kids at home. Yes, if you're a baby goat at home, then pay attention to that. That is what a kid means. Karrigan moving away now. So Zipex will be admiring the various tops of the walls. FaZe, this is another round where they don't want to wait too long. Minutes on the clock, and they're starting to move towards the long area, towards 8. But again, if you don't give yourselves enough time, you may run into trouble, as we've seen recently in many games of Counter-Strike. So far, so good. 49 seconds, and that entry comes in to Device's dome. 2 players around the toilet, so this needs to be checked properly. And indeed, jkaem with a nice first kill. aizy steals the second. AK is still active for Astralis. We'll see if they can save it. FaZe continue to close the gap.
That's a position by the truck I feel like is really, really strong, but only if you have somebody to play off of who makes the play first, and then it's really, really hard to deal with, I feel like. So poor Device getting basically pre-fired by allu, looking for that position, and it was all over. FaZe actually could very realistically bring in the overtime. Where is Zipex at? Well, it's going to be Kjærbye to die. Zipex is just holding on to this AK for dear life. 2 rounds he's had it. He even has the smoke in the flashbang. Very nice, very nice.
Nice.
So I'm curious whether we'll see the AWP. Oh, their money still sucks, actually. Okay,
yeah, they just got reset,
bad.
so that's 1900 loss bonus.
That is really bad. That means that FaZe, they can do this. They can do this.
Yeah, they won't need, as long as they don't mess up an anti-eco. That said, there is an AK in play. They won't need that many rounds, to take it to overtime. So Zipex will be by the rock. Looks like perhaps Glaive will be the bait for Deagle, but that's a dangerous Deagle as well. So if FaZe venture towards long, as people often do on an anti-eco round, they could be in trouble. And again, because Zipex has such a forward position, if they go for a pop flash, it might go behind his head. Does get super
trying it just yet though. Which is, I'm sad, James. I want to see them move into long. I want to see the carnage. I mean, Zipex has had this AK for ages, and this hasn't done anything with it yet. So I want to see some results.
FaZe not moving many muscles at the moment. Have they chosen the right pick? Are they going to go through toilets? They've got aizy and Rain looking to come. Oh, nice. There goes the AK. And now Glaive's going to try and get something done, but Rain will pick him up. So indeed, it was great timing there from FaZe. Essentially flanked the setup of the long players. Now we've got jkaem crab walking on the site. He'll do a good job there. Kjaerbye trying to collect the gun. Even if Kjaerbye did some damage, at least there's still time for FaZe to have a cleanup operation. 30 seconds left on the clock as they move into A, which you have to give him credit for.
Yeah, and just like you said, the coordination to kind of split onto A long, it does. I mean, it may be like, oh, you know, do you really need this? It just guarantees that you just crush whatever's there, and I love that FaZe had that little detail there because the timing was spot on. So AWP on device now, and this is a round which this gets really bad for Astralis if they lose this round because they're probably going to overtime if that's the case. So pressure on the players of Astralis to just close the game. They have 15, just one more. Nice nades here to take over connector and the door area. And the position of device, he's going to hear some of the shenanigans here. He's going to realize that at the moment they're clearing connector, which is why he's now turned his attention towards the stairs. There's the first kill from device. It's a good start here for Astralis. Repositioning and going in quite deep actually. He could have some AKs in his face very shortly.
Who's going to get the next frag? Oh, are they just not paying attention to their angles? Well, aizy is at the very least. Kjaerbye now in the position. Ali did great work in, but can he do the same? Double peek coming in, and he could get the two-man spray down. It won't be as just be the one though. 3 versus 3. Allu and aizy heavily tagged. Bomb still needs to make it to the site. And Glaive is in a very forward position. Rain, is he going to creep through the smoke? It would be a mistake. Oh, Glaive spots it just as he moves. He can't get a kill. Finally goes back and gets it though. 35 seconds. The trade's coming in again. Zipex with a very crucial angle towards the toilets. dupreeh is miles away. If they can get this one frag, they can't. And now life is difficult for Allu. And again, that flank is persisting. Zipex doesn't need to peek, but he will be fast enough to do it. 16-13, Astralis just about taking over the line.
Yeah, really close. And one thing I have to say that I kind of like, that, you know, so you got device there in toilets, and he gets the first kill, he gets a tag on the second player, and he still, so he has a choice there, because he can still back away and definitely stay alive. But what I like from device there is kind of embracing the fact that he's the star, he's like a star AWPer. Star AWPer should be able to stay out there. Like, Simple's going to stay out there. You know Simple's going to do it, right? He's going to stay out there. He's going to kill everyone. So that's, I like that he recognized that that's kind of a part of his identity on the team as that player that's going to make that big play. Even because the safe play was an option as well. And as you saw, it got a little bit weird that he died only after one frag and tagging someone. So it could have gotten really bad. But yeah, turned out well.
Yeah, we'll see the thoughts of Mr. Paunovic after the break.